Stacey and J Sbu, East Coast Radio.
The Chainsmokers, Summertime Friends, and Alexis Jordan before that. Happiness. If there was one emotion that song emitted in the studio, it literally was happiness.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, it was a great time indeed. But I felt like something wrong was going to happen. Because when you're having too much of a good time, something wrong tends to happen. The screen of my phone just cracked while I was dancing, standing on the table with Andy James, who does the traffic. So thank you so much, Alexis Jordan. I really, really had a great time.
Well, I don't know that we can necessarily blame Alexis Jordan
Is it
for
me and my dance moves?
your clumsy tomfoolery.
But there's that as well now. People think I'm that guy.
No, but how... Okay.
That's very expensive.
In case you just tuned in, this is East Coast Radio. I'm Stacey. That's J Sbu. He has now... But, how bad is it? Can you still use it?
I can, but, now I've got to crack... You know what I mean? That's not a good thing.
Okay.
that's never a good thing.
I want to say that I feel your pain, but I've actually, touch wood, never cracked my cell phone screen ever, and I've had about 13 cell phones in my life. And that is, and wow. Guys, and I tried, hey? Do you remember when you couldn't connect to the BBM network? I used to take that BlackBerry and chuck it. I mean, but with force and aggression against a wall just out of sheer frustration, because how on earth was I going to talk to my chummies?
But remember, they had plastic screens.
It never broke.
Yes.
So the thing is, clearly I was not going to be a Naomi Campbell of that time, so I haven't broken one since. But you mustn't feel bad, hey? So apparently, people are cracking their cell phone screens on the regs. Yeah. 5,761 screen cracks every hour around the world.
That's me.
50 million phone screens are cracked every year. So you're just one of 50 million, not one in a million, one in 50 million.
Not great.
So that means that we are actually having cracked screens happening left, right, and center every single second. And J Sbu, you're just one of them. So now you're part of a bigger system, you know?
I'm just a number in the big scheme of things. Nick, have you ever cracked your phone?
Oh, yeah. No, I have.
What happened? What happened? Were you dancing like me, having a great time?
No. Once I actually had my phone in my pocket and I was playing cricket in my classroom at school, and I hit my pocket with what we were using as a cricket bat, and I cracked the screen.
Oh, still clumsy.
Well, that's what you get for having your phone at school.
I had a flip phone.
Yeah. You're so cool, Nick.
And I cracked the little screen on the front.
Guys, Nick is so cool. Oh,
that was pretty sweet.
Even young Nick. How cool.
Dripping.
Excuse me, I've just got to open my flip phone. Let me see who's calling. Oh, it's my mom.
Okay,
I couldn't see because the screen was broken.
So surely as the numbers speak, right, a lot of people are cracking their screen of the phones, right? So we want to know from you this hour, how did you crack the screen of your phone? Is it cracked? Was it yours, at least? Or was it someone else's? Should we maybe make that an hour of radio?
Maybe it was you who accidentally broke somebody else's thing. Maybe you don't even know how it happened. You just looked inside your handbag and how did this happen? Or maybe you just left your phone on the roof of your car. How did that screen crack? 061 792 9495. I have a theory. I think it's because I'm going to hazard a guess that gentlemen are more likely to have their phones cracked because you keep your phone in your pocket or whatever. Girls tend to have handbags and a softer touch. So we have a place to put it.
Oh.
You'll just turn a corner too sharply, you know what I mean? And then bloops, it's on the floor, and then it's going to cost you, if you have one of those very expensive fruity phones, how much to replace a screen?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Don't even
Thousands.
Oh, now I have to pull from Zanda's budget.
You want to watch a grown man cry?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
All
Go
right.
get your screen fixed. It's very sad to watch. So now what's going to happen to you?
That's fine. I'm not going to go out today.
Because you can't see. You can't see your future right now.
It's all cracked.
And that's the problem. We run our entire lives off these phones, right? So in this hour, tell us your tales of woe. How did your cell phone screen end up in multiple pieces as opposed to just the one, which is ideal for, viewing and things like that?
Hold on. Do you think it's most likely that guys have their phones cracked than ladies?
I would hazard a guess, yes.
Oh, okay. Maybe let's find that out.
I blame the accessories.
Jeez, I blame the adventure.
Hi, Stacey and J Sbu. The phone that I'm using, I've had for 7 years, and not once have I cracked the screen. The screen protector that's on this phone right now is the same one that I had when I bought this phone 7 years ago.
Stacey and J Sbu, East Coast Radio.
Mariah Carey, Touch My Booty on East Coast Radio, KZN's #1 hit music station. Now, unfortunately, because his phone was too close to his booty and he was breaking it down earlier, J Sbu is now coming to you live from HQ with a cracked screen on his cell phone and distraught by this. However, because we have the power of the internet, I could tell him that he is merely one of 50 million people who apparently crack their cell phone screens annually. This is, I mean, do we need a national day of mourning for cell phone screens?
National Crack Cell Phone Day.
Yeah.
Which should be today, next year.
Should we light a candle, hold hands? Sing Kumbaya?
Put your phone in the air. Put your crack phone in the air.
Or sing like the Nokia theme song. How did it go? What was that ringtone again? Do you remember?
Crack phone.
That's the one. So in this hour, if you are like J Sbu and cannot keep a phone screen together for love or money, tell us. 061-792-9495. On the line from Greytown, we have Clive. How are you?
How's it, Clive? How are you doing?
I am very well, thank you. And how are you?
Lekker, man. We told you have a very interesting story around your phone being cracked.
Yeah, it was a good 20 years ago.
Oh.
I was driving on my four-wheeler, checking on things as we do as farmers.
Yeah.
And the phone slipped out of my pocket. And I carried on driving and went back when I suddenly realized this phone had fallen out of my pocket. And I came up to it. It was one of those wonderful, big, thick Nokia phones.
Oh, yes.
So a tractor crushed the screen. The screen was absolutely obliterated. And I saw the phone. I thought, oh, well, that's history. And the next thing, it rang.
Yeah. Hey, the classic Nokia phones back in the day.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Clive, I was saying a little bit earlier when our producer said, oh, listen, we're going to chat to a citrus farmer who has a tractor-related story, and the phone was still working. I was like, did the tractor make it? Was the tractor in one piece after it climbed over that Nokia?
I think just. Yeah.
Barely, holding on. Just holding on.
Shut
holding
up,
on.
man. Listen, they don't make the phones the same anymore, Clive, hey?
No,
You're very, very blessed to have a story like that, because if any tractor went over any of the phones that come out these days, it's history. It's gone. It's gone. Like,
different story.
Gone.
For sure.
Shout out to you. Thank you so much for hanging out,
Clive.
Yeah, see, there
Yeah.
you go. His phone didn't get cracked. His tractor did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so...
And all you
Good
did
old
was a
days.
little bit of a shuffle. One
bit of
step to the left and a step to the right, and look at you now. No
Jeez,
phone.
Cracked phone. It's all cracked. Crack-a-little.
Okay, you need to stop saying
Okay,
that.
anyways, I'm good.
Are you?
See what I did there?
No, I did. Did you have to?
No, you know what, Stacey's a Friday. Why not? Are you correct about that? It's a Friday. Welcome to it. Friday edition of Stacey and J Sbu. Still playing in the background. I'm good. David Guetta on East Coast Radio. KZN's number one hit music station. Work is done. Don't be pretending. We very chilled on a Friday. We're having a young conversation around cracked phone screens. Seems like a lot of people have their screens cracked, which is a sad thing because screens these days are quite expensive, especially if you carry a touch screen. But I'm not sad at all. Positivity and perspective.
How many old phones do you have lying in a drawer somewhere?
About 5.
Exactly.
But
So you'll be
that's
fine.
not not.
Are
a
they
reason
also
to be
all
judged.
cracked?
Yeah, more than cracked, some of them, depending on the year that I bought the phone. But that's a story for another day, please. We did ask KZN how cracked their phones are. Who cracked the phone? Was it you? Did you crack your own screen? What's the vibe? Let's find out.
Hi, KZN team. Yeah, when I see a cracked screen of a cell phone, the first question I always ask, are you that violent? And people will obviously now respond and say, why? I say, no, I see your phone is cracked. And they will laugh from there. Thank you, guys. This is Sabe here in Newlands East.
So my phone screen got cracked by my darling hubby. I had put it down on the edge of a table and he accidentally bumped it off, picked it up, put it back there and dropped it a second time. You couldn't even see the crack, but the screen went pitch black and I had to replace the screen and I didn't even have the phone for a month.
Stacey and Jay, Ryan from Drummond. I cracked my phone screen by driving over it with the tractor. It fell out of my pocket because I was listening to music, but it was a disaster. So yeah, I drove over my phone and cracked my screen with a flippin' tractor.
Wait. Love is all around on East Coast Radio. KZN's number one hit music station. Happy Friday. Now, I'm not really a clock watcher per se, but it's 8 minutes to 4. So you can pretend to type like that cat gif, you know. just in case somebody walks past you. But I do feel that in about 7.5 minutes, we should have some kind of a flag that goes out or an air horn, and everyone can just disperse.
Yeah. Also, you just basically using your energy in the wrong way. Just stop pretending. Just buy home and invest that energy on, like, carrying that nice cocktail nyana, or like a beverage.
A beverage. A cold beverage. Now, in this hour, something else that people should be carrying, maybe without a beverage in their hands, because that's probably how a lot of these phones ended up broken.
No.
That's what we're talking about, the backstory, right? We have heard about people driving over their phones with tractors, somehow those phones surviving, people blaming their kids, lots of parents going, oh, no, my phone was fine. And then I had a child. So it was all fun and games until that happened. So the reason why we're having this conversation is, one, because J Sbu's constantly dropping and breaking his phone. So we didn't want him to feel left out, because there's got to be some kind of a support group. We have now suggested a national holiday as 50 million. How many screen phones are broken every year? It's insane. It's an obscene number.
Quite a lot, yeah.
But also, in a professional context, J Sbu, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
But,
you got numbers, girl.
There's a whole global survey attached to this. So when you are in a professional environment and that screen is not screening, it's screaming rather, your colleagues are apparently looking at you and your sad phone, thinking that at least 40% of professionals surveyed think that you're probably unreliable.
Oh, no.
26% assuming that you are bad at timekeeping, because apparently you cannot find out the time anywhere other than your cell phone. But
that's a little unfair, though, because I crack the screen of my phone while having a great time, and which is part of the gig. How does that make me an unreliable human being?
If anything, you're overly committed to East Coast radio.
Yes,
and
I
to
was
the vibes.
and I was on time for the dance moves.
You were on time.
So please, don't come in with these stats here that don't make sense. They may apply to other professions, but not radio.
You could have put your phone down.
Okay, Nick, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it.
If you want to dance, put your phone down.
You know what? Says the guy who only fist pumps.
Yes, and then his phone stays in one piece.
Safe.
Okay, is that strategic?
Yes, 100%.
Intentional.
I've cracked enough phone screens in my time.
Wow. Guys, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. I just grew up. I'm so inspired.
Yeah, because let me tell you, if you are not living like Nicholas Tatham, you're not living at all. You're not living, guys. So thank you very much for all of your voice notes as you regaled us with your very painful stories of how you were assumed to be unprofessional and bad at timekeeping by your colleagues at the office, but also how your phone ended up getting cracked in the first place. Let's have a listen, shall we?
Hi, Stacey and J Sbu. I think cracked screens also depends on if you have kids or not, because my kids have ruined all my phones.
Hey, Stacey and J Sbu. Top show guys, keep up the good work. Talking about cracked phones, I can't remember the year, but my phone had actually broke, and I borrowed my sister's phone, and I had it screen facing out of the pocket, and at work I hit it on the end or the edge of the table, and it cracked that screen. So I had two phones to repair.
Hi, Stacey and J Sbu. It's Nadia from PMB here. So I don't think it's a girl thing or a guy thing. I think it's just a person thing, because I personally have cracked approximately 6 or 7 phone screens in my short lifespan of 32 years of age. The current phone that I have is less than a year old, and it's been cracked twice. So, yeah.
Hi, Stacey. Oh my gosh. 7 years. I've made it past 7 days. I've made 7 weeks. And then either the side is cracked or there's a line across it. But I think the worst was during COVID, I knocked the phone off the desk, and I think it was probably just over a month old. It shattered. It was finished.
Stacey and J Sbu. Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. East Coast Radio.